that for years he was fighting against the Russians, because the Russians were stopping them to continue their religion, trying to take their rights away from them. He was fighting a jihad. That war still continued, and he was given permission by Holy Prophet ﷺ. And the last part, Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, whether you fight or you don't fight, the situation is going to be the same. But I give you the permission to do as you like. What did he choose? He continued to fight. He chose. It is better, he says. Now, the fighting of Shaykh Shamil, is it still continuing now? The fighting is continuing, but his mission and that permission, so much confusion has entered into it, no? Other ones are entering. Other wrong groups are entering. Other evil regimes are also supporting. So it's not so simple now between Haq and Batil. Because now other ones are supporting, and it's becoming less direct. It's becoming less clear what they're fighting, who are they fighting, who is supporting them. And that is continuing. There are so many wars being fought right now, but there's just so much confusion. There's just so much darkness that you don't know if it is Haq or it is Batil. Are we sitting here judging people who are suffering for the sake of Allah, for the sake of Islam? Are we sitting here judging people who have seen their families being tortured and killed by those ones who are against Allah? Hasha, astaghfirullah. We cannot even carry a smallest thing of what they are carrying. And may Allah raise their station and give them more strength and more iman. And are we happy with that situation? No, we're not judging. We never went through anything. Some, they did. But as soon as they come into comfort, they forget everything. Why they're fighting for too. They forget about everything. And they lose themselves. We are not being tested. May Allah not test us, because we know that we are weak ones. But may Allah give us the strength, if we are tested, to pass and to do well. So we are not passing judgment on them. We don't know how it feels. We don't know how it feels to see our children being killed in front of our eyes, our homes being taken away from us, our honor being stripped away from us every day. So we should not sit to pass judgment and to say, no, all these are wrong. No. Because now is a time of great confusion. And Prophet ﷺ is saying, in this time of confusion, stay out from the confusion. Come away from the confusion. Sit, prepare yourself, and wait for the Sahibul Zaman to appear. That is what the order that is given to us. Yes. And the good ones, they're going to become martyrs anyway. The good ones, they're going to become martyrs, and those are the ones that in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their stations will rise higher and higher. We don't have to worry. We are not happy, definitely. And our hands are tied right now. We cannot now go to different places now to try to fight. Because like I said, there's so much confusion there. You don't know who you're fighting, why you're fighting, who is supporting you, whether it's right or it's wrong. Because now everyone is getting into the mix. Even if it starts out something right, it gets really confused. Now you don't know. Before it was right, but now they're starting to do things that were, you see, only the kafirs that they are doing. One of the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was supporting, the handful of people in Afghanistan, the Mujahideen, because in the beginning they were fighting for the sake of Allah against the Russians. But once they started receiving help from wrong groups and wrong regimes, and they're teaching them wrong things that is not in Islam. One thing that is not in Islam, it is torture. There's no torture in Islam. And some groups saying, you have to make torture. Then you can get information. Then you can win this war better. Some saying, but this is not in Islam, Prophet didn't bring this. Some saying, leave all of that. We have to win this war. This is more important. Once they do that, and they're doing things that Allah is not liking, Allah pulls the support away from them. This is what's happening over and over again. Do you have the intention to fight injustice? Good. Have that. Everyone must have that. This is not a matter of Muslims, non-Muslims, believers, unbelievers. Everyone has a sense of justice in them, and you must try to fight for the justice. But there are conditions to that. And now there is no condition for us to be able to do it physically. And there is no Khalifah, there is no Jihad. What is necessary for us right now is to have that individually. Islam has become an individual religion. It is no longer a religion of an empire. It is individuals. Groups and communities and countries, you cannot even say that. Because the groups, Muslim groups, they are completely separate from each other. Even in one community, their hearts are not together. And in countries, country and country, they are not agreeing. They're not being in Jamaat together. So the ruling of Islam now has become individual. It has come to that situation now. We are not happy with what is happening because there's zulm and there's oppression everywhere. We are not happy with that. And we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remove the zulm from us. And the situation, it is so completely dajjalic that even if the whole world, people get together to change the direction, it is not going to succeed. Because it is so dajjalic that you need a heavenly help. You need the Sahibul Zaman to come to fix this matter. So you need a strong heavenly support for that. Are we preparing for that support? If you are, then you're preparing yourselves for that big cleanup that is going to happen. Now, the preparation is for us to clean ourselves, to put the lifestyle of the Prophet ﷺ into our lives, to follow a rightly guided leader, to keep holding on tightly to our Shaykh, not to deviate, not to make a fitna. Then that time we will be, inshallah, in the ranks of those who's going to bring down injustice and zulm. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. More than that, we may even end up in the wrong side. May Allah protect us from that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.